I'm trying to get organised to go to ROTTNEST at the end of this week with Ruby, and I'm going to get a few boat jobs done. So I made this little bang up outboard mount the other day. It's pretty thin and flimsy. To be honest, the rope was doing most of the work. So I'm going to beef that up. Got a bit more time on my hands. I've kind of knocked this together in like 5 minutes. So I'll do a proper version of it and something a bit more permanent. So it took me most of the afternoon, but I finally got a serviceable dinghy engine mount attached to the back of the boat. Got that bolted on. Had a bit of a false start. I drilled the holes just a tiny bit too close together, and they're in the way. As you can see, it was a little bit tight there, so I've moved them out and filled them with putty, and that should do the trick. Bit of a sand and a bit of a lick of paint, and she'll be sweet. Yeah, so we're about to head off to ROTTNEST. Ruby's still sleeping. Just getting up to about 6 AM, and we're about to head off to ROTTNEST. We've got a bit of breeze. First part's probably going to be a bit rough, but we'll see how we go. So I made a conscious decision not to film any of the sail up to ROTTNEST. Mostly because it was mine and Ruby's first time together sailing back out in the ocean since the last time, which didn't end well, and I really didn't want to put any extra pressure on the sailing experience or on her comfort levels. I just wanted her to be relaxed and as comfortable as possible. So yeah, so I decided not to film that journey, but it went well. We didn't have any problems. It was rough at the start. There was we had about 15 to 20 knots of onshore wind and about a 2-meter sea with some decent whitecaps. So it was a good test of where we were both at in terms of our mental state and how we felt about going back out in the ocean and sailing in some weather. So halfway through the trip, and this was a really important moment for me, Ruby said, besides feeling a bit seasick, I'm feeling safe and confident. And to hear her say that she felt both safe and confident being out on the ocean and sailing in waves and in weather, just that's like all I could have wished for, really. So to hear her say that was absolutely incredible, and I couldn't have been happier about it. So yeah, Ruby and I are just going to have a little dive here, see what's down there under the water. So it turned out in the bay that we were staying in, there was about 4 or 5 families all on yachts, and I knew one of the other families from back down south, and they kind of invited us to come and join them, and they all had kids, and so it was really great for Ruby. She kind of took off and got to know the kids and was going off in their dinghies and going off playing games in the sand dunes and stuff like that. So that was awesome to have those kids there, and Ruby really enjoyed that. That gave me a little bit more time on my hands, and I decided to go out and try and get myself some squid. Here we go. Got a squid on. Come on, T. Go, T. So yeah, just got the one squid, so I'm happy enough with that. It's a decent sized one. It'll be enough for a bit of a feed and maybe a little bit of bait, maybe catch a fish and have that to dinner tonight. So on my way back from my little squidding trip, I saw this really cool stingray that was just cruising through the bay, and I really wanted to film it. So I put my GoPro down in the water and just over the side of the dinghy, and as I did that, I didn't realize it at the time, but I was about to run over the floating anchor line of a boat nearby. So I managed to get away without any damage, and I don't think anyone saw, so except for a little bit of embarrassment within myself, no harm was done. So yeah, that was a bit of a laugh. So it wouldn't be much of a trip to ROTTNEST without seeing some quokkas. So a friend of mine was over in ROTTNEST at the time, and she's a bit of an old ROTTNEST local, if there is such a thing, and she was kind enough to show us to a quokka breeding ground, which I had not been to before. And so it's kind of an out of the way, down off the beaten track kind of place, and it was just filled with gorgeous quokkas. There was quite a few joeys around, quite a few joeys in the pouches, so that was a really cool experience to share with Ruby. And here's a little bit of that. Hey, got another beautiful day out here in ROTTNEST Island. The sun's shining, it's not too windy, water's beautiful as you can see, and got a couple of mates coming over. So Dave and Lozza coming over. Always fun to have on board. Love to get a bit loose and have a bit of a party. I'm gonna whiz around in the dinghy and pick them up off the ferry soon. Alright, up we go. Let's go pick up the crew. Whew. So Dave and Lozza are absolute frothers, so just coming to get them off the ferry here. I know, they're going to be a bit excited to be here, I know. Looking forward to it.
Where's the island, Danny?
Ahoy! Frothers!
Oh, no.
How's it going? How's the trip?
Easy.
Right.
A few whales.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, I was the boat spotter. I went, there's a whale over there. And Lauren goes, there's a whale! And the whole boat goes, thanks, Lauren. I went, fucking stole my thunder.
Does it? Yeah.
And the days go by, like strand in the wind.
The bush
I begin again. Said to my friend, baby, nothing else matters. Keep no more than a baby.
I'll teach you how to marry it.
Go along. Oh, guess who?
That's number 2. It was Ruby. Number 2. It was bang on.
Guess who? Is he bald? No.
There's nobody near you. There's nobody near this whole area.
Is he bald? No.
Just like the
Oh, not again. Sorry.
These things happen.
It was.
What else? It was a
It was
boost.
the body. It was
Like
definitely.
you thrusted at it.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I both thrusted it. Oh, not again.
Repeat offender. You've been through the system before
When
you
you
say
learn.
stuff and you're just not learning.
Trying to explain it, and then you fuck shit up all over again. Oh my god. Maybe I should just stay in this corner and not move.
Never. That would not be her stuff.
The rehabilitation program is not working.
Hello, my name's Lauren, and I fuck shit up often.
Rehab sequitters. I've said for ages we should put one in the
camera. I'll edit that out.
Hello.
It's all I did all day. Just came to you.
So we take each other's hand, 'cause we seem to understand.
Oh, I'm unlimited, baby!
Just remember,
You're the one thing. Because I've had the time of my life. Nothing. Is there a little bin there? Is that little?
Had the time of my life.
Yeah, I feel
That's why we have to run. Old safety string does the job. Everyone helps so I don't get out. Right, I'm gonna get out.
Are you aiming for me or? I know you are. All right, now we're getting violent. I don't want to play this game anymore. It sucks.
Alright, game over.
Oh wait!
Wait, hang on.
That's the heat of gin bottle. Yeah, I was hoping no one really knows. I pulled the rope to help me up and it just zoomed me into
Are
the
you a
fucking
retard? How many fingers am I holding up?
7.
Oh my god. How many times I was just sliding? I'm like, are you having your own? Oh.
2.
Damn it!
That was nearly a 2.5.
That was a
goodie.
slow-mo too. I was just like, oh.
So unfortunately for Ruby, after that it was the end of school holidays, so it was time for her to jump on the ferry and head back over to the mainland. My mum came over and spent the day with us on ROTTNEST, and that kind of brought back a lot of memories because it was her and my dad that had initially kind of made me, well not made me, but given me the opportunity to enjoy ROTTNEST as a teenager and really fall in love with the place and really fall in love with boating as a general thing. So yeah, Mum came over. We spent a really nice day together, and then her and Ruby jumped on the ferry and headed on back. And once again, I made a choice not to film any of that. Just wanted to enjoy a bit of family time, and yeah, no, it was really great. Actually, the whole week was really great with Ruby. To have her come on the sail and then spend a whole week on the boat and really reconnect with ocean life and sailing life, and for her to kind of rediscover that confidence that she had prior to the accident. So it was really, really awesome. I'm super proud of that kid, just for getting back out there in the first place. But to do it with the same enthusiasm and joy that she kind of took into it before is a really special thing for me, and yeah, couldn't have asked for more really, so that was great. Hey, so we've got a bit of weather today. You can probably hear the blowing and the howling in the background, but yeah, we've got a good like 25 to 30 knots blowing today, and we've kind of come off our anchorage and moved up. I've been informed that it's okay to pull up moorings that you wouldn't normally have rights to use in this kind of weather for safety reasons. So yeah, we moved up onto a nice protected mooring. That should give us plenty of shelter from this gusty wind that's blowing through, and there's been little squalls come through and the wind picks up and really throws the boat around a bit, but the mooring looks pretty solid. I haven't actually gone down and had a dive on it, but they're pretty well maintained, these things up here, so it should be alright. So while I stayed with the boat and to make sure that she was safe and happy, Dave and Lozza decided to get a head start on some day drinking. So they headed off to the pub, and I caught up with them a couple of hours later. And by the time I got there, they were already partially lubricated, shall we say, and having a good time.
Oh my god, look at him. Look at him. There's no shame there, is there?
Hey, pig. I've just seen off Dave and Lozza onto the ferry. I've had a wicked few days with them. Lots of laughs as always, lots of drinks, and just had a mint time showing them around Rotto and just enjoying each other's company. And yeah, like I said, it's always fun when we get together, so I really enjoyed that. They've just got on the ferry, and now I'm just waiting for Tracy, my wonderful partner, to arrive and have a lovely week with just me and her, no kids, just us in the boat in the island. And she's never been here before, so I'm super excited to show her around this amazing place that I've loved for so long. So she should be here any minute. G'day guys, thanks so much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed making it. If you did enjoy it, please feel free to throw me a like or say hi in the comments. And if you want to keep watching my videos as they come out, then please click subscribe. It's free to subscribe, so don't be shy and get on in there. The next episode is going to be more ROTTNEST stuff. It's going to be my partner Tracy's first time on ROTTNEST, so I'll be showing her around a bit. She's going to be meeting quokkas for the first time, and just enjoying the beauty that is ROTTNEST Island. There's going to be lots of really cool wildlife stuff. It's going to be stingrays and sea lions and dolphins, and yeah, it's going to be a great episode. So I hope to see you then. Take it easy guys, see ya.